Welcome to the Pintastic Pinterest podcast. I'm your host, Laura Rike, and in every episode, I'm sharing what I've learned from a decade in Pinterest analytics, a graphic design degree, and working with hundreds of clients over the past decade. We're talking about what actually works, what doesn't, and why your competitors might be doing it completely wrong. Today, I'm going to talk about why your Pinterest traffic isn't converting and how to fix it. Whether you're here to build an email list, increase sales, add authority to your brand, or stop burning out on platforms that don't compound, this podcast is built for people who are ready to think differently about how they show up online.
Welcome to the Pintastic Podcast, a podcast about growing profitability the right way with sustainable systems so you can be found first without tantrums over tech and trading sleep for success. Prepare yourself for mind-blowing discussions and actionable tips focused on Pinterest strategies, funnel marketing, and everything in between with your host, Laura Rike. So let's make Pinterest profitable for you.
So let's get rocking. Here's what I hear at least 3 times a week. I set up Pinterest. I got traffic and nothing happened. Not a single sale, not an email sign up, just eyeballs with no heartbeat behind them. And then the conversation goes sideways because the first thing a Pinterest skeptic says is, see, Pinterest doesn't work for e-commerce. Pinterest doesn't work for service-based providers. Pinterest just doesn't work. Or they go into blaming the traffic quality or the platform, or they spend the next 6 months waiting for it to magically convert while they watch their ad spend disappear into TikTok or Meta. And here's what I actually think is happening. You got the first part right. You got traffic to your site, but you sent the wrong traffic to the wrong place at the wrong time for the wrong reason. Pinterest isn't the problem. Your funnel is. Not to be harsh, but I've seen this exact pattern with hundreds of e-commerce brands. And the good news is it's completely fixable. You don't need to start over. You don't need new traffic sources. You need to understand how Pinterest converts differently than every other platform you're used to. And once you do, it becomes your best kept advantage. So let me ask you this. When someone lands on your website from Pinterest, what are they actually expecting to see? On Facebook or Instagram, they're primed. They're in a social mood. Maybe they got interrupted, saw your post, they clicked. Now they're ready to hear your pitch because they already gave you permission to pitch them when you interrupted them. On Google Ads, someone typed in, buy red running shoes, size 8. They're ready to buy something. They just don't know what brand yet. Your job is easy. Show them the shoe. On Pinterest, it's actually different. Someone on Pinterest is in discovery mode. So while they may type in something like buy red running shoes, like they would on Google, they're also discovering things. They're searching with the intent of finding the solution, the ideas. They're planning. They're saving things to their boards. They saw your pin because it solved a problem in their mind, or it answered a question that they had, or it inspired them. They're saying, this is interesting. I want to learn more. I want to purchase this thing. I want to come back to this later. And here's where 99% of e-commerce brands get it wrong. They treat Pinterest traffic like Facebook. They send people to a product page and expect them to convert immediately. And while that can work, you need to have Pinterest included in your entire ecosystem of marketing. So you don't go to someone that you just met off the street and ask them to marry you. You're not going to do the same on Pinterest. Or worse, someone sends them to a checkout page. I have seen this, you guys, and let me tell you, their bounce rates must be atrocious. If you send them maybe to an email pop-up that feels jarring or weird or isn't the same as what they were searching for, it might be because the person just wanted to explore your brand once they found you from their search. And that's why nothing happens. Not because Pinterest doesn't work, but because you skipped a step in the whole ecosystem. You skipped the entire middle of your funnel. So let me paint this out. E-commerce wants sales. Pinterest converts to sales. But Pinterest converts in 3 distinct stages. And if you're skipping any of them, your traffic isn't going to go anywhere. So one of those stages is discovery. Someone finds your pin, they click on it, they land on your site. Most e-commerce brands nail this part. Traffic? Easy. But here's the thing at this stage. The person is still in explorer mode. They might not be ready to buy. Some might. They might not even know they want to buy from you yet. And again, some might. What they're looking for is legitimacy. Is this real? Does this brand know what it's talking about? Is this worth my time? Is this what I was looking for and in my budget? The second stage is engagement. They spend time on your site. They read. They watch. They understand you and your education and your angle. And here's the critical part. They either opt in for something, email list, lead magnet, free guide, SLO, insert all the marketing words here, or they bookmark your page to come back to later. And this is where most e-commerce brands fail because they don't prepare a landing page for a Pinterest visitor. They didn't give that person a reason to trust them beyond buy this product. There's no middle ground, no way to stay connected. You have to realize these people are completely brand new to you. And while they may be in purchasing mode, they don't know who you are yet. And you need a way to build that trust. You don't capture their email lead just from traffic unless you ask for it. And so if you're not capturing some sort of information from them or the sale or things like that, there's no way to stay connected to that traffic. Just the expectation of an immediate sale. The third stage is conversion. Once someone has visited, learned, trusted, and either purchase right there because now they trust you and they've learned from you, or they come back, whether it's immediately or days later, they're ready to convert. Now they buy. Now they sign up. Now they're a customer or a subscriber, and the timing matters. Pinterest traffic doesn't always convert in minutes. It can convert in hours, days, weeks, months. Because remember, these people were in discovery mode. They didn't wake up today planning to buy from you. They woke up planning to purchase. They discovered you on Pinterest. They liked what they saw. And now you have a chance to stay top of mind until they're actually ready. Let me give you a real example, not a named client because privacy, but a pattern I've seen 3 times this month alone. A sustainable home goods e-commerce brand was getting 2,000 clicks a month from Pinterest to their product pages. Sounds amazing. But their conversion rate was 0.2, less than a percent. That means that 1,996 people clicked and didn't buy. They looked at that product page for maybe 30 seconds and bounced, some even less, based on Google Analytics. The brand's first instinct was to blame Pinterest. Pinterest traffic is just looky-loos. They're bouncy. They're not actually going to purchase from me. But here's what actually is happening. The pin was great. The traffic was qualified with the keywords, but the landing page was wrong. It was a product page with no story, no context, no reason for a cold visitor to care, to relate to the product, to say, this product is exactly what I'm looking for. There was nothing saying, here's why this matters. Here's why now. Here's what makes this product different. Here's why you. Just a product, a price, and a checkout button. So when we changed one thing, instead of sending Pinterest traffic to the product page only, we sent it to a content page that explained the sustainability angle of their products. A page that told the story. The same people who bounced from the product page now spent 5 to 7 minutes reading. And this is important because we're not discluding sending them to the product page. We're including a new angle for their pins in that whole marketing ecosystem. And so from there, a percentage of people went to the product page on their own. The conversion rate didn't skyrocket, but it tripled because they stopped asking a cold visitor to do warm action. They let the person warm up first. And here are 3 things that I usually see when Pinterest traffic isn't converting. 1, you're sending everyone to the same place. Every single pin, no matter what's it about, goes to the homepage or a generic product page. And there's no matchmaking between the pin and the destination. If your pin talks about sustainable gift ideas, but you send people to your full product catalog, there's going to be friction. They have to hunt for what they clicked on. Most won't bother. 2, there's not a trust building layer in your Pinterest strategy. You're asking for the sale immediately. Cold visitor, product page, checkout. No story, no social proof, no why should I trust this person or this brand. On Pinterest especially, you need that middle layer. A quick read, a testimonial, a guarantee, proof. 3, you're not capturing emails. And if you're not capturing emails, you're not staying connected to people who visited but didn't buy. That's warm. On Pinterest, that's critical. Those people were in discovery mode. They needed to come back multiple times before they're ready to buy. And if you're not in their inbox, they're going to forget about you in an hour or by next week. And that's what's broken. So now that you know what's broken for your ecosystem and to put Pinterest in this full marketing spectrum strategy, the fix is actually really simple. It doesn't require you to rebuild your entire site or create 50 new landing pages. It requires 3 simple things. First, you can create a simple 1-page story about your why, not a salesy page, a real page that explains what you do and why this matters to them. This is the landing page of every piece of cold Pinterest traffic should hit, in conjunction with your product sales pages. It should take about 2 to 3 minutes to read. It should answer the question, why do I care about this? Why me? Why now? And at the bottom, it should have 2 paths. Learn more about the products, link to products, or join the email list for tips and updates or discounts. You choose. The second thing is set up a simple email sequence. When someone subscribes from Pinterest, send them a welcome email that basically says, "Welcome. Here's what to expect. Here's the URL if you want to shop now," or "Hang tight and I'll send you something useful next week," or "Hang tight and I'll get you a coupon." Then follow up once or twice a week. Valuable content. You can do pitches and sales and have products included in them, but don't do only sales. Focus on education, focus on authenticity, focus on who you are. Who is this brand? Why me? Why now? Why does it matter? The goal with these emails is purchasing and stay on top of their radar. Third is organize your pins so that related pins go to related pages. If you have a pin about sustainable storage solutions, send it to your storage product. Or a blog post about sustainable home organization, don't send it to your homepage. Make the jump frictionless. And here's just a quick mindset shift that literally changes everything. Stop thinking of Pinterest as a social platform. Stop thinking of it like Instagram or Facebook. Pinterest is a visual search engine. And a search engine traffic converts differently because the person isn't saying "entertain me" or "you interrupted my day." They're saying "help me." They're already identified a need or an interest. They're in research mode. They're in discovery mode. They're in purchase mode, which means your funnel should look more like a Google funnel than an Instagram funnel. Landing pages that answer questions, builds trust, moves to the next step. And once you understand that, everything is going to change where then Pinterest can start supporting your marketing efforts on social. Your traffic still comes from Pinterest, but instead of trying to convert cold visitors into customers in one click, you're building a real trust relationship. And real relationships convert. If this landed for you, I would love to know. If you're an e-commerce brand, if you are testing out Pinterest, you've been on Pinterest for years, drop a comment wherever you're listening and let me know what resonated, what questions came up, what are you going to try first, what tweaks, maybe you need more social proof. And if you found this helpful, I would love it if you would leave me a review. Seriously, it's the one thing that helps other people find this podcast, and it takes about 30 seconds. So if you are coming back and hanging out with me all the time, amazing. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And again, you guys, I appreciate you hanging out, and I'll catch you next time.
Thanks so much for listening to the Pintastic Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and review on wherever you listen to your podcasts. We really appreciate that effort. Until next time.